All right, everyone. Today I am working on a huge project. I have over 60 pounds of tin cans. These tin cans are all dented. Now, they're not dented very badly, but I have to go through each and every one of them, and I'm going to be making pizza sauce to can using these dented tin cans. Now, this came from the food truck. Nobody wanted them. A lot of times people will pass by all of the dented cans because a lot of people are very fussy about using up cans. But I know that if they're slightly dented and it's not too bad and you have a good seal, they are perfect to use. I have all kinds of tomatoes here, and I'm going to show you the big banana box full of them. I have 2 kettles here. I'm sitting on the floor because it's easier for me to work this way. What we're going to do is we're going to take their tomatoes and we're going to put them in our kettles, and then we are going to make pasta or pizza sauce, and we're going to can it using mason jars. Why are we doing that? Because you want to get them out of the tin cans. The longer something is in a tin can, the shorter shelf life it is. Now, none of these expire until 2024. They're not old in the tin cans, and so this is perfect. Let me show you all of the cans before we get started. All right, so I went through all of my cans that were there, and I found the ones that were the best. Now, they all do have some kind of little dent in it, but they are great to use. And we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna open each and every one up. Before I open them up, I'm gonna wipe off the tops because they were stored in a warehouse, and I'm going to make sure each one is good before we put it into our pasta sauce. But they do have a dent like this, but all of the tops and all the bottoms are sealed. All right, it's gonna take me a while. A lot of people are afraid to use dented cans, but I'm not, because I'm really careful when I use them. So we're gonna wipe off all the tops of them first. I'm gonna wipe off the tops of at least 12 to get started. And then we're going to open them up, and we're going to put them into our kettles so we can make amazing pizza sauce with them. Love this can opener. It works amazing. It opens the lids without making some sharp edges. All right, everyone, this is day 2. So this is 24 hours later, and my pizza sauce is already made. I like doing things at a slower pace. The older I get, the harder it is to do everything at one time. And so what I will do is I will do things in blocks of time. So instead of doing everything in one day and being so tired, I break it up into 2 days. So you've seen day number 1, and now we're at day number 2. In the meantime, between day number 1 and day number 2, my 4 jars, these are 4 jars, canning lids came in. Now, all of my friends who have channels highly recommend these. As you all know, I have issues with my canning lids, but today I'm going to try these because everybody is saying they are amazing. If these turn out great, I will share with you the coupon code. I will give praises to them, but as you all know, I've been through this many times. But supposedly these work out amazing, and they're just as good as ball lids. So we're gonna give them a try in today's video. They were very generous with me, and they gave me the wide mouth, they gave me the lids in bands, they gave me regular mouth, so they were very kind and generous with me, and we will see what happens with them. But most of my jars, I'm going to be used the standard ball simply because that is proven to the test of time with me, and so I'm a little bit still apprehensive about using anything else. So I am going to be doing at least 14 quarts of this, and we're going to use 1 canner full of these and then the other canner full of these. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and let's start jarring this all up and get this in the pressure canner. Instead of using 2 pressure canners, I'm just going to use 1 and work through that through the day. All right, here we go, everyone. So this video is to inspire you that you can get all kinds of canned food and you can recan it. Dented canned food, if it's still good, which I told you all how to determine that, you can recan food in a wonderful way. Now, this tomato sauce would not need to be pressure canned if you add a teaspoon of lemon juice per quart. So after you make your pizza sauce, I would recommend you add a teaspoon of lemon juice per quart. That just keeps the acidity up, and that way, a lot of people don't even do that, but I am just doing that as a general precaution for you. And make sure that your tomatoes are plain, that they do not have any meat in them or anything like that. Then you can water bath them. I am pressure canning simply because it's easier for me. I don't have to deal with all that water and trying to get rid of all the water and have to hand haul it out, as you know I have to do here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jar all of this up, and then I'll show you how everything works and what I think of these lids. I want to share with you is the ball lids and these lids say they are good for 18 months, but they are good for years. Way back, they didn't used to have that. Now they have everything as a precaution now, because of the world we live in where everything is about suing everybody. They have to have all these different precautions on it. But years ago, they didn't have it like this. And so they do last longer than 18 months. And if you have a product that's 18 months, please do not throw it away if it's still sealed. It's like expiration dates. You have to use your it has to be common sense. You don't throw things away if it's sealed and it's still good. Expiration dates, you don't have to follow them to a rule. You can use your common sense. So I just wanted to add that in there. Supposedly this is a family-owned company, and they've done a lot of research to make sure that the metal in these lids are thick and strong. So we're just gonna give it a try. And here is the amazing pizza sauce. It turned out really good and thick. I use this for spaghetti and I use this for pizza. Because my kettles are so large, they barely fit in the sink, and because I haul my water out, which I have in many videos, I wash my big kettles out here with my rainwater. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It's cold, it's 38 degrees. We got a cold front that came in. But right now, in the month of March, you can have your rain barrel. Actually, I had my rain barrels out all winter. I just made sure they weren't totally full. And if they do freeze, they're fine if it's not totally full. Okay, everybody. That's where this comes in handy. That's where this bar soap, I wash my dishes with this kind of soap. This one is lemon verbena. This is my homemade soap, which is for washing dishes. Well, everyone, my friends were correct. These are the best lids. They are just as good as ball. I love them. They all sealed. They were amazing. So I am going to add them in the description box below, and you can get a percentage off of them. I also went ahead and I bought some so I could stock up. So I used my own money and I bought them. I highly, highly recommend them. For your convenience, I'm going to have the link and the coupon code underneath every single video of mine. That way, if you ever need canning lids and you can't find the ball, you can get them through my links, because that is a product that I highly recommend. I have about 4 products that I highly recommend, and they have them under every single video of mine. After going through so many different lids and having such a disappointment, I am absolutely over the moon with these lids. Every single one of them sealed again. I added some of my homemade labels, and I can count this a very successful project, taking over 60 pounds of tin cans that were dented, turning it into pasta sauce that you can have on your shelf for many years to come.